In the example project videos, we briefly set up a touch interface. Now let's take a closer look at touch device configuration. After adding a device to the canvas, the first step is to choose a theme, which sets the overall appearance of the pages. Let's compare the themes side by side by opening two simulated interfaces that otherwise share the same configuration. They both offer the same controls, but the navigation style is different. The glass theme on the left supports a hierarchical space structure, while the expert theme presents all spaces equally. In both themes, scene recall is delivered using buttons, and the active scene is highlighted. In the glass theme, the controls for intensity and colour temperature use a linear slider, while the expert theme provides a rotary dial. And as you can see, page navigation icons also have a different location. Both themes let us control tags, which track across different interfaces in the same project. We can view the schedule and suppress the schedule to maintain the current look. Remember, no hardware is needed to simulate this in the software. Let's add a new interface. After placing the interface on the canvas, this first step is to select the theme. Simply select the theme you like. This can always be changed later. For now, we'll continue with the expert theme. The second step is to pick a skin, which determines the colour scheme. If the project uses tags, you can link the touch device's skin to a chosen tag set. For example, switching to a different skin depending on whether it's daytime or nighttime. When the tag changes, the touch device's skin changes too. The next step is to configure pages. We've added previews so you can see how each setting influences what gets displayed. For each space, choose whether scene recall should be available and whether the off scene should be included. For spaces with lots of scenes, additional pages are automatically generated. If you're including the off scene, it'll be shown on every page. More buttons are shown on each page when using Express Touch 8 or a tablet than on Express Touch 5 or a phone. The Show Intensity Master option adds a master intensity slider next to the scene recall buttons. Alternatively, intensity control can be shown on a dedicated page, with the option to show an intensity control for each child space too. If there's more than one child space, we can maintain visibility of the parent space's intensity controls on the left while scrolling through child spaces. Next are override controls. Available for both spaces and groups, these controls override fixtures based on their type: intensity only, tunable white, or colour. Enabling the relevant override will provide control of fixtures of that type in the chosen space or group. For each override type, you can choose to control child spaces individually, and choose whether the current space should be pinned. You can save time by making changes to multiple spaces and groups at once. In the next step, we can choose which project pages should be displayed. Let's adjust the welcome page. Here, we can configure the two different sections of the page. We've already selected an image, and instead of welcome text, let's select some more useful controls. The next project page is tags. Here, we can select which tag sets we want users to access using this touch interface. Additionally, we can select whether they show as a popover or pages. Finally, we can choose whether or not to provide visibility of the schedule. You can also assign your own names to these pages to better suit the project. Settings is the last step of this helper. Choose whether a code is required to use the interface, and whether the settings shortcut should be available on screen. This shortcut opens a page showing helpful diagnostic information as well as providing network and display settings on the device itself. If the settings shortcut is enabled, It will only appear on physical devices, not in Interface Preview or on mobile devices. Here, we can choose which page is shown when the device wakes after inactivity. Finally, let's just cover a couple of details regarding touch devices and schedule. This page provides visibility of the schedule, but isn't an editor. It's possible to view upcoming events for today, or for a specific date, and filter what's shown. Tapping an event shows more details. You can also temporarily suppress the schedule. This is useful when an override's been set and needs to be maintained, ignoring any scheduled events that would otherwise clear the override. For example, a late night event when you don't want the lights to follow their usual schedule and turn off at midnight. When the time comes, the user must re-enable the schedule and the controller's state will return to where it should be according to the schedule at the current time.